Imagine for a moment that the high-end camera currently sitting in your gear bag just became a relic of the past. For years, the Nikon Z8 has reigned supreme as the gold standard for hybrid creators, the legendary baby Z9 that conquered every professional task thrown its way. But as we move through 2026, the industry hasn't just shifted. The entire foundation of digital imaging has been rebuilt from the ground up. Welcome back to Tech Vibe. Today, we are dissecting the ultimate market disruptor, the Nikon Z8 II. We aren't looking at a simple iterative sequel here. This is the first authentic realization of the Nikon and Red digital cinema powerhouse merger. If you've been hovering over the buy button for a Sony A1 II or the latest Canon R5 iteration, you need to pause everything and watch this entire breakdown to the very second. We have unearthed verified, leaked specifications, the architecture of the new AI-driven Expeed 8 engine, and the classified or 3D integration that is currently sending shockwaves through both Hollywood, closed sets, and the high-stakes world of global sports photography. The perfect hybrid has long been a myth, forcing us to sacrifice elite cinema color for raw mechanical speed. But today on Tech Vibe, we are analyzing the leak that officially retires that compromise forever. The Nikon Z8 II is looming on the horizon, bringing the unthinkable to a mirrorless form factor, genuine read-IP to color science. This is the dawn of the yellow-red era. Throughout this deep dive, we are breaking down the 45.7 megapixel fast-scan sensor, the radical thermal engineering designed for infinite 8K capture, and why this specific body might be the final investment your studio ever needs to make. Stay with us until the end, because the targeted us price point we've uncovered is perhaps the most disruptive part of this entire story. The original Z8 was a masterclass in miniaturization, cramming flagship Z9 performance into a chassis that didn't require a specialized rig to operate. However, in the hyper-competitive landscape of 2026, Nikon is moving beyond mere performance. They are rewriting the Z9 DNA. At the core of this machine lies a sensor that industry insiders are calling the fast-scan stacked CMOs, while maintaining the beloved 45.7 megapixel count that provides the perfect balance of detail and file size. The internal readout speeds are reportedly 3.5 times faster than its predecessor. This effectively renders rolling shutter a thing of the past. Whether you are freezing a mid-air tackle at the Super Bowl or filming a high-velocity automotive chase on a closed track, the geometric distortion that plagues other mirrorless cameras is gone. This sensor is built on a new copper-bonded architecture that allows for significantly better low-light performance, pushing the usable ISO range further than we've ever seen on a high-resolution stacked sensor. When this sensor interfaces with the new Expeed 8 AI processor, the results are borderline telepathic. This isn't just basic face detection or eye tracking. It is a dedicated neural engine performing what Nikon calls predictive subject analysis. It maps movement patterns based on a massive database of machine learning, allowing wedding photographers in busy urban environments or wildlife cinematographers in the deep bush to maintain a 100% focus hit rate, even when the subject is obscured by trees or moving erratically through a crowd. But let's get into the heart of why the Z8 II is the most talked about camera of the decade: the Red digital cinema integration. When Nikon acquired Red, the industry held its breath, wondering if we'd see a watered-down version of the technology. The Z8 II is the answer to those doubts. For the first time, a hybrid mirrorless body will natively support internal 12-bit R 3D RAW video at up to 8K 60p and 4K 120p. This gives you access to the exact color science used on multi-million-dollar film sets. Right inside a portable Nikon body, you can capture a cinematic masterpiece in the morning and switch to high-speed stills for a stadium event in the afternoon, all while maintaining a professional Hollywood workflow. The inclusion of Red's IPP2 color pipeline means that the way this camera handles highlights, skin tones, and shadow transitions is fundamentally different from any other mirrorless camera on the market. It's not just video, it's digital celluloid. To handle this immense data and the heat generated by 8K 60 PR3D RAW, Nikon has introduced an industry-first graphite thermal dissipation system. By using aerospace-grade materials and a redesigned internal chassis that acts as a giant heat sink, the Z8 I can pull heat away from the internal components more efficiently than any active fan system. This guarantees unlimited 8K recording without the dreaded overheat warning, even in the sweltering heat of a midsummer outdoor shoot. Ergonomically, the evolution continues with a 9.44 million ultra-old viewfinder, boasting a staggering 2000 nits of peak brightness. This EVF offers a window-like experience even in the harshest sunlight of the California coast or the high deserts. The refresh rate has been pushed to 240 Hz, making the experience of tracking fast-moving subjects feel completely natural and lag-free. Nikon has also listened to the feedback regarding the rear LCD, introducing a 4-axis multi-angle touchscreen that is both rugged and versatile. allowing for high-angle and low shooting in both portrait and landscape orientations. For the pros, the dual card slots have been upgraded to support the latest SpecXpress Type B 4.0 standards, ensuring that the massive 12-bit RAW files are written instantly without any buffer bottlenecks. Beyond the internal specs, Nikon is launching a dedicated Cinema Prime lens series to complement the Z8 II's new R3D capabilities. These lenses feature synchronized color rendering and geared rings for follow-focus systems, signaling that Nikon is no longer just a stills manufacturer, they are a dominant force in the global cinema world. This ecosystem approach is what will keep professionals locked into the Nikon system for the next decade. For the premium US and European markets, this is the hybrid dream realized. We're also seeing a massive leap in in-body image stabilization. The Z8 II features an enhanced 5-axis VR system that provides up to 8.5 stops of compensation. When paired with the new VRS-line lenses, the stability is so smooth that it rivals the look of a dedicated gimbal, allowing creators to move light and fast without sacrificing production value. Regarding the investment, the original Z8 was a disruptor at its $4,000 launch price. With the addition of the RED technology and the cutting-edge Expeed 8 AI chip, rumors suggest a slight premium for the Mark II. We are looking at a launch price, likely landing between $4,299 and $4,499 in the US and premium international markets. While that is a significant investment for any creator, when you consider that it effectively replaces both a top-tier stills camera like the Z9 and a dedicated cinema rig like a RED Komodo, the value proposition is actually incredible. You are getting two world-class machines in one weather-sealed ergonomic package that fits in a standard backpack. As we look toward the release window, the timeline is becoming clear. With major global sporting events scheduled for later in 2026, Nikon is on a tight schedule to get this into the hands of professionals. We are looking at an official announcement in late Q2 of 2026, with units hitting the shelves of major retailers shortly after. The hype is real, and for the first time in a long time, it feels completely justified. The Nikon Z8 II isn't just an upgrade, it is a declaration of technical supremacy. It's a message to Sony and Canon that the rules of the game have changed. The addition of RED's DNA and the promise of a Hollywood-grade workflow make this an instant switch for you. Whereas the competition still holding your attention? We want to hear your thoughts in the comments so we track every trend you mention to keep our coverage as authentic as possible. If this deep dive gave you the clarity you needed to make your next big gear decision, hit that like button and subscribe to Tech Vibe for the most authentic, high-level tech journalism on the web. We are committed to bringing you the truth behind the marketing hype. I'm your host, and I'll see you in the next one. This is the Tech Vibe final verdict. If you demand the bridge between elite cinema and flagship photography, the Z8 II is the only choice that matters in 2026. Thanks for watching. Stay ahead of the curve, and we will see you in the very next video.